My name is Cormac McMurchú. I studied structural engineering in CIT. After that, I went on to do a master's, and now I'm working full-time. I chose structural engineering. Well, I suppose I enjoyed maths in school, and I'd always have been a fan of problem solving, any kind of technical problem solving, you could say. I'd be taking apart iPhones and stuff when I was younger, so I knew it was something going to be in that sort of field, whether it be science, engineering, or whatever. But I saw structural engineering on the CAO. I looked up what was involved, what kind of job it was. I thought that looked interesting for me, and I put it down as the first choice. I never looked back. I suppose there's a lot of things to enjoy. I suppose it was good the way, I suppose, we started the course, and you were built up your foundation, so you had to learn, I suppose, to think like an engineer. So you had to learn, your maths had to be brought up to a certain level, various other skills and stuff like that. But then it was really enjoyable, I suppose, later on in third year, fourth year, when you actually started putting all those skills to practical use, and you're, designing buildings and all this kind of thing. So I suppose it was very rewarding in that sense. But I suppose what everyone enjoys most about college is definitely the crack, all the friends you'd meet, the crack you'd have. So there's multiple things I enjoyed, really, to be honest. If I was telling you the course wasn't challenging, I'd be lying to you. I mean, it's definitely challenging, but I suppose I enjoyed that aspect. There was a lot of work involved, I suppose, towards the end. But as I said to you, when you're actually putting what you learned in, when you're using all the skills that you learned in first, second, third year, and it all comes together at the end, of course it's challenging because, final year, big projects, but it is rewarding then to get it done. After I finished third year, we had a chance to do work placement as a module during the summer. So I went to a place called Atkins in Cork, a structural engineering consultancy. So I worked there for 3 months, and I got a great chance. I suppose I got a great experience into what the industry is actually like. And again, as I'm like a broken record, I got to use the same skills again in that work placement, and I was working on motorways and all sorts of things. So it really opened my eyes, I suppose, to what was involved. And then I'm finished the course now. I finished the undergrad, and then I finished the master's in the same course. And now I'm working full time, and I'm working in a place called Malachy Walsh & Partners, again an engineering consultancy, and I primarily work on structural design. So at the moment I'm working on loads of projects: a pharmaceutical factory, schools, designing the roof for a school, designing the structure for a pharmaceutical plant. So it's very interesting and very relevant, I suppose, to the course. My nugget of advice is the same advice I got, I suppose, before I went to college, and it's probably the best advice I heard. I would say, whatever you end up picking, whatever college course you do, make sure it's the right one for yourself. Because if you go following your friends or following a city or anything like that, you could end up doing a course you don't like. And it's all fine and well for the first two years, you're having the laugh, but come third and fourth year, it's so challenging because you don't like the course. Half of those friends you were chasing mightn't be there anymore, and you're left at a loss. Whereas if you pick the course that suits you, that you love, no matter what city, what college, you're going to meet like-minded people just like yourself, and you'll have friends for life, and you'll breeze through the degree. I suppose I've heard about that. That's been in the pipeline for years. I mean, I started in CIT 6 years ago, and I was hearing about it when I started. But I suppose it's great now to hear that it's actually come true, and it's a very exciting time for the college and for everyone involved. And I suppose it's the next step for the college, and it's great to see.